It was a humid afternoon in the Polo Grounds on August 16th, 1920, and it was the fifth inning of a match between the Cleveland Indians and the New York Yankees. Yankees pitcher, Carl Mays, stood on the mound, his cap shading his sharp eyes as he gripped the ball. At home plate, Ray Chapman of the Cleveland Indians dug his cleats into the dirt, settling into his familiar crouch stance. He glanced at Mays and tightened his grip. A slight hush fell over the crowd as Mays began his motion, releasing what many believed was a nasty spitball. But even as the ball approached him, Chapman barely moved. And then there was a sickening, cracking sound that echoed across the field. It was probably baseball's single most infamous pitch, and it was a moment that linked Mays and Chapman forever. Carl William Mays was born on November 12, 1891, in Liberty, Kentucky. He made his MLB debut in 1915 with the Boston Red Sox, where his unique submarine pitching style proved highly effective. Mays was also adept at throwing the spitball. He was also said to be combative and intense. In his rookie season, he had a run-in with legend Ty Cobb. In one game, Mays constantly pitched dangerously inside to Cobb. After a heated argument, Mays hit Cobb in the wrist. He soon gained a reputation for hitting batsmen. Still, Mays matched his intensity with skill. He was instrumental in the team winning back-to-back World Series titles in 1915 and 1916. In 1919, Mays had a slow start, and the Red Sox traded him to the New York Yankees. The trade invigorated him. The rest of the season for the Yankees, he had a 9.3 record and a 1.65 ERA. In 1920, Mays had the highest WAR of his career at 6.2. He had a 26-11 record with a 3.06 ERA, 92 strikeouts, and 3 saves. But his 1920 season was memorable for a much darker reason. Raymond Johnson Chapman was born on January 15, 1891, in Beaver Dam, Kentucky. He signed with the Cleveland Indians in 1912 and quickly became known for his speed and defensive prowess. He still holds the major league record for most sacrifice hits in a season. Chapman was also well-liked and was among the few friends of Ty Cobb. Chapman was having a good season in 1920 when he faced Mays. He was hitting .303 and had scored 97 runs. Though he was still at the peak of his career, there was speculation that he'd retire after the season. There was talk that he'd play a larger role in the family business. But a single pitch would change these men's destiny forever. On August 16, 1920, in a late afternoon match between the Indians and the Yankees, Chapman came to bat against Mays. Mays threw his submarine pitch, and according to witnesses, Chapman did not react at all. He likely didn't see the ball as it probably blended with the shadows of the late afternoon. And later there was a sound so loud that Mays thought the bat had hit the ball. He even fielded the ball and threw it to first base. The umpire noticed that Chapman's ear was bleeding. Chapman tried to walk, but his knees buckled and he fell. As teammates helped him off the field, he mumbled, "I'm all right. Tell Mays not to worry." He fell unconscious and was taken to the nearby St. Lawrence Hospital. Despite an emergency surgery on his fractured skull, Chapman died the following day. His death shocked the baseball world. It also revitalized the Indians, who went on to win the World Series that season. For the rest of the season, the team wore black armbands and dedicated their series win to Chapman. There were two possible reasons for the accident. First, during that period, hitters did not wear batting helmets. Helmets wouldn't be mandatory until decades later. Second, it was common practice for pitchers to apply spit, dirt, and other foreign substances on the ball. It's also common to use just one ball, and it was usually dirty by the end of the game. Mays' reputation suffered because of the incident. He also faced the wrath of other players who insisted the beating was deliberate. Ty Cobb was livid upon losing one of his close friends in the sport. He advocated that someone should also hit Mays in the head. At the end of the season, baseball banned the spitball except for a group of 17 existing spitballers who were allowed to throw it legally until they retired. Mays was not among the 17. Months later, Mays expressed regret for the outcome, but he stated he did not feel any guilt, as he had not hit Chapman on purpose. And it's possible that Chapman believed the same as expressed in his last words. Despite the controversy the following season, Mays led the American League with 27 wins, 49 games pitched, and 7 saves. He also led the Yankees to their first-ever pennant. In the series, he pitched 3 complete games and had an ERA of 1.73, but he had a win-loss record of 1-2. The recent Black Sox scandal and the lingering fallout from Chapman's death led to accusations that he threw the series. There was not a shred of evidence, but the rumors persisted. At 30, Mays began a slow decline. He spent the last 8 years of his career pitching for the Yankees, Reds, and Giants. Still, Mays finished his career with a 51.3 WAR, a 207-162 record, and 31 saves. These totals are comparable to many pitchers in the Hall of Fame. But the lingering stigma of Chapman's death likely kept him from serious consideration. Nowadays, most people only remember Mays when they talk about Chapman's death. In contrast, Chapman achieved a level of immortality. In 2006, he was inducted into the Indians Hall of Fame. A plaque honoring him is also a part of Progressive Fields Heritage Park. Thank you for watching. Do you think Mays deliberately hit Chapman on the head? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Please consider liking and subscribing. It helps immensely.